No, 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 no. Wait. Wait. What's up, Daredevil fans? My name is Andrew, aka Noezone, and today I'm going to be giving y'all my review and breakdown of the first 2 episodes of Daredevil Born Again Season 1. Also, spoiler warning if you haven't watched them yet. So Daredevil Born Again has finally premiered after a 7-year-long cancellation that broke everyone's hearts, and a writers and actors strike that led to a creative reboot to the show that we're watching now. And I can't lie, it is pretty surreal getting to review these first 2 episodes after those 7 years, because I did watch Season 3 as soon as it came out, and I was 15 years old at the time, and I'm 22 today. So I literally became an adult in the time that it took them to make a Season 4 of one of my favorite shows. But like I said earlier, we have waited 7 years to watch and discuss this show. So without any further ado, let's talk about some Daredevil, baby. But getting straight into these episodes, let's talk about that heavy opening, because they kill my boy Foggy in the first 15 minutes. And if I'm going to be completely honest, as a fan of the original show, I think they could have handled Foggy's death a little better, because he was a huge part of what made that original show so special. I really just wish we got a full episode of him, Karen, and Matt just like hanging out and getting reunited, or seeing the Nelson Murdoch and Page law firm in action, since it was such a big tease at the end of Season 3. But I do get why they would make the decision to do something that big in the opening, so that you can make a statement after 7 years. But regardless of that, I do think episode 1 had a really good opening that does set the tone for the rest of the season. I enjoyed seeing Daredevil swing around and do acrobatics with that Disney money, but there were some iffy spots with the CGI, not gonna lie. The Bullseye versus Daredevil fight was a really good one to start the show off with, and I enjoyed that most of it was kind of done in one take. There are some iffy moments towards the end of the fight though, with some CGI models on Daredevil, and I wasn't really a huge fan of that, but for the most part it is a really solid fight. But I do appreciate the fact that they did not kill Wilson Bethel's Bullseye in the opening, because I would have been really pissed if they did that, just because I feel like they can do so much more with him as a villain. The new intro is really good, and I love the visuals of everything in Matt's life being broken down just to be rebuilt back up into a Daredevil statue, mirroring the title of the show. The way that this show handles Daredevil's radar sense is really cool, how they change the aspect ratio every time he really hones in on a sound. It's probably my favorite stylistic change that this show has done, and I really hope they keep using it in future episodes. I'm intrigued by the choice to give Wilson and Vanessa Fisk relationship issues, and I want to see where they go with that. The scene in episode 2 where they go to couples therapy run by Matt's new girlfriend, Heather Glenn, was a nice touch too. I really do wish we got more Karen Page in these first 2 episodes, because she is my favorite character from the OG show that isn't Matt or Fisk, especially considering they killed off Foggy and put Bullseye in jail, so she's one of the only returning cast members from the OG show. But I can kind of forgive it, because they're just trying to show off Matt's new life that he's built because he's not Daredevil anymore. And speaking of that, I actually really respect the choice to give us a Daredevil revival show and have him quit being Daredevil early on. It just shows that the new creative team paid attention to seasons 2 and 3 of the OG show while writing the story, because in those seasons, Matt pushed his personal life so far out to the point that he was losing faith in religion, he wanted to kill Fisk, and he didn't really have any friends anymore. Now, that's not the only reason those things happened, but it did play a big part in it. So seeing him be a more mature version of Season 1 Matt Murdock was just nice and refreshing. The clips of random New Yorkers being interviewed by Ben Urich's niece Bibi about political issues and Mayor Fisk were a great addition, and they make the city feel way more lived in. Also, I hope she gets some type of payback towards Fisk later in the show for him killing her uncle. I thought the Muse tease at the end of episode 1 was pretty cool, but I feel like they made it way too obvious who he is in episode 2. But if it doesn't end up being this kid, I think that'd be a pretty cool red herring. Matt referencing Echo shooting Fisk in the face was pretty funny. I think one of my personal favorite upgrades that this show has done are the shots of the city, because they look amazing in my opinion. Especially this specific shot of Mayor Fisk talking to the city, because it reminded me of that Gotham Times Square shot from the Batman. I'm interested where they take the White Tiger storyline that they set up in episode 2. Also, rest in peace to the actor that played White Tiger, mostly because it should lead to more courtroom scenes, which have been pretty good so far, and action scenes like the one that ended off episode 2. And that fight scene for the most part got me really hyped for what's to come, because of how brutal it was and the scream Matt let out at the end. But I do hope for the future fight scenes in this season that there are way less cuts and edits, and it was kind of distracting for me because the original show didn't do a lot of that. Also, one more thing I want to mention about the last fight is that we finally got our first look at some dirty cops wearing the Punisher logo, and I can't wait to see how Frank Castle reacts to that later in the season, because he's not going to be a happy camper. Also, I can't forget the scene where Wilson Fisk showed his Kingpin side as mayor for the first time when he blackmailed the police commissioner. But thank you so much if you made it this far for watching my review of the Daredevil Born Again premiere. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like on it. It really helps out the algorithm a lot. Make sure to share it with a friend if you think they would enjoy it as well. Leave a comment with your thoughts on the Daredevil Born Again premiere. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications for more content like this. I'm going to be covering Daredevil Born Again weekly as it comes out. And as always, guys, it's been Noezone. Peace.